This video is brought to you by 28mobile. What's up everybody, this is Danny, and today I'm excited to bring you coverage of the Samsung Galaxy Alpha. Now, Samsung has been criticized for their plastic builds in the past, and this is their first attempt to bring some premium materials to their smartphones, including metal. If you're interested in one of these, make sure you check out 28mobile.com. Let's get right into the box. Now, there is the Samsung Galaxy Alpha right there. This is the white model, but it comes in many different colors, and that looks pretty nice so far. Let's go ahead and put that to the side and see what else comes inside of the box. We'll talk about some of the specifications later on in this video. The first thing you're going to notice is some documentation. This is the Korean model, the G850K, so your unboxing experience might be a little bit different. But here is the micro USB to USB cord, and here you will see an attached power brick with a micro USB cord. And of course, you're going to need an adapter for the United States if you're going to use this. There are your typical Samsung earphones right there, no different, and also no different on the earbuds. But the thing that is different about the Korean model, which I love about all Korean models, is that it comes with a battery charger, and it also comes with an extra battery. Now, I wish that would come with every single box in the United States. It just doesn't make sense. This is awesome. So if you get the Korean version, you will get 2 batteries with the battery charger, and this is an 1860 milliamp battery, so this is a removable battery just like the Galaxy S5. All the important specs right there on the front, but we're going to go ahead and take off the plastic. Now let me tell you, on first impression, I really like the way that the metal feels. There's a bunch of plastic that's surrounding it so it protects your metal, but the Note 4 has the same kind of build quality, so I'm really looking forward to that. But if this is any indication, then it looks like Samsung is definitely stepping it up on the build quality. The back remains plastic, and you can remove that and go ahead and put the battery in real quick, but what you'll notice is there's a SIM card slot there, but there is no micro SD card expansion. So for people that want that micro SD card slot, it is not available, but it does come with 32 gigabytes of internal storage. Alright, let's power this thing on and talk about the specs a little bit. This is an LTE-A capable device, and the processor inside is Samsung's own octa-core processor, one quad-core at 1.8 GHz, the other one at 1.3, 2 GB of RAM. It is a 720p display at 4.7 inches, and there's also a 12 megapixel camera that is capable of taking 4K video. Now, when you see this device, you really can't help but compare it to the iPhone 5S because it has a very similar look with the metal around the bands, but the iPhone 6, that's a little bit different story. But it is kind of moving into that premium build quality, and I really like it so far. It is very impressive when you hold it in the hand. It's a lightweight device, the metal feels really good, and I think the plastic on the back actually works for it, and it's a very attractive device. Though the volume rocker is a little small, you can see the nice bevel detail all around the band, and the chamfered edge is very nice as well. It's very reminiscent of the iPhone, but the quality, it looks good and it feels good, so definitely loving the build quality. There's a better look at that 12 megapixel camera, and right next to it is a single LED flash and also a heart rate sensor, just like you saw on the Galaxy S5. On the bottom is that familiar home button layout with the 2 capacitive buttons on the side, one for multitasking and one for back, and built into that home button is the fingerprint scanner. So this device is more like a flagship device, but it does have a few omissions. Up top, you will find that typical 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera, your appropriate sensors, and your earpiece. Let's take a look at the screen real quick. Now, this is a Super AMOLED display, and let me tell you, it looks very, very nice. Even at 720p, because a lot of people probably wanted 1080p, it looks very, very nice. And I think because of that lower resolution, this thing flies. This is one of the fastest Galaxy devices that I've ever used. I mean, I don't see much stutter here whatsoever. It runs very fluidly, so I think you'll be pretty impressed with the performance, but I'll let you know in the full review if it holds up. The software is a familiar TouchWiz with pretty much every aspect of the Samsung Galaxy S5, even the dual window to ultra power saving, and it runs Android 4.4.4 out of the box. I did have to get a software update, and it did come with 4.4.2, but then it updated to 4.4.4. So that's very nice that it's running the latest so far available version of Android out of the box via a software update. The viewing angles are fantastic. I really like this screen. It is a little bit oversaturated, of course, because it's an AMOLED panel, but I personally don't mind it. And so far, I'm very impressed with the performance and the screen and the build quality. So stay tuned for the full review of the Samsung Galaxy Alpha. Let's take a look at the camera real quick before we go, and this is that 12 megapixel camera that I was telling you about earlier. And if you look at the software experience, it's very similar to the one that you'll find on the Galaxy S5. And what's awesome about the settings is you'll find that there is capability of UHD or 4K video recording, and 12 megapixel is the highest picture size you can go to. But you can see there's all of those features that you found in the flagship devices for Samsung. It's here as well, and the shutter is fast, and look at how fast that autofocus is. So I can't wait to test this camera out more. Stay tuned, I will definitely make a separate video on the 4K capabilities and imaging capabilities of the Samsung Galaxy Alpha. So what do you guys think of the new Samsung Galaxy Alpha? Is there anything in particular that you want me to cover in the full review? Hit me up on Twitter at SuperScientific, for I'm reachable there all the time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure that you give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content. So guys, thanks for watching. If you want to buy one of these, check out 28mobile.com, and I'll see you guys in the next video.